Dominic was born January 22nd, 1982 in Germany. I already knew back then that he was something very special. So he became bilingual and was quite fluent. He became a volunteer pretty early on for the city, 911 dispatch for Riverside Sheriff's Department, emergency response force. And then he started becoming interested in the fire department. He finally got his pilot's license, a dream of his. Then he started an internship at Moreno Valley TV. Many awards, letters from senators, dignitaries. But in the meantime, he still had time for mom. You could see the man he was shaping to become. On July 12th, 2012, Dominic got on his motorcycle to go to his job in Riverside. And something just felt weird. And I called dispatch and I said, "This is Dominic's mom. Can I speak to him?" Those words that you hear on TV and movies, "I'm so sorry to have to inform you your son is dead." That's not how it's supposed to happen. You know, you're not supposed to go away and look forward to seeing your child again and come home to have to bury him. All these policemen, firemen that show up to this horrific accident come up on the scene to realize it's their friend. They didn't put a white sheet over him. They took an American flag off the fire truck and covered him and then gave him escort to the coroner. So I didn't get to see him until at the mortuary, and he looked like he was asleep, and I really thought he was going to wake up and scare the crap out of me like he usually does. You know, he played pranks, so I thought that was his worst prank ever, but it wasn't. Dominic was killed by a 2-time convicted drunk driver, and he was here illegally from Guatemala with a long arrest record. I can deal with an accident. I can deal with things happening in life. I cannot deal when things can be prevented. There shouldn't be a time limit. Oh, well, it's 2 years now, you should be better. You will never be better. Not when you lose a child. When you lose that, it changes you, it changes your priorities. It changes what's important anymore and what's not important. I got to live and go through this with incredible people surrounding us. Now I have a circle of friends that were Dominic's friends, his co-workers, police department, they stop by, fire department, to hold those dear and let them know how much I appreciate their support.
Today marks 2 years that Dominic was taken from us. Every year on that date we celebrate him. We have an open house and people come in and out all day. They go swimming and eating and just make it a holiday for Dominic.
Dominic was such a force in life. In his 30 years, he accomplished more things than some people do in 100 years. He was the greatest friend and son anybody could wish for. He lived without regrets. He lived life large. So I gotta keep his legacy going. I have to tell his story and continue what he started, doing right, doing good. I wanna become a foundation. I wanna become Dom Hugs to help other parents deal with this, where I can hug him and tell him, I know. Because that's the best feeling when you find somebody that knows what you're going through. You go through every day trying just to go from 1 second to the next, then it turns into a minute to the next. I became an advocate for MAD. I talk at court-ordered victim impact panels. They have to sit and listen for 2 hours and understand the other part of the drinking and having fun. So I also became politically involved as far as immigration goes, because I'm an immigrant from Germany, but I did it the right way, the legal way. I went to Washington, D.C. last year and spoke on that in front of a judiciary committee. I took Dominic with me. Those are his ashes, and that's all I got left of this guy. And then this is Dominic's favorite shirt, the Papa Joe Electric Negro shirt. He wore it all the time. He's always driving with me. Every word that is written here, from humanitarian, charitable, humble, trusted, friend, loyal, all these words describe who Dominic was. What I miss most about Dominic is everything. His intense hugs, his laughter, his pranks, his voice. I miss everything about him. And I would give up everything if I could have 1 minute with him.